Hey everybody, welcome back to the Pet Food Puzzle Guy. My name's Glenn, and I just want to say that the last video I did comparing Orijen, Taste of the Wild, and Blue Buffalo, that video got more views in a day than any other video I've ever done, so that seems to be something people want. So today, and their veterinarian had said she was looking forward to this one, I'm going to switch gears from the dry kibble popular brands to the fresh home delivered products that I get Facebook ads on like constantly. Probably you do too. So it's Farmer's Dog, Ollie, and NomNom. So we're going to take a look, same format as that other video. I want to look at some of the marketing because that kind of tells me the heart of the company and their honesty or dishonesty, and then bottom line, show me the nutrients, right? That's the whole key. So let's jump right in, and we should get started again with the definition of the question: which diet of these three is actually the healthiest for my pet? Okay, the healthiest. So just so we're clear on the definition, okay? When we say healthiest, do we mean the stool is nice, the coat's good, whatever? Here's the definition that we're going to work from. Indicative of or conducive to or promoting good health, such as a healthy, balanced diet. So I think that's how we think of the healthiest diet. So again, which one actually promotes good health? Okay, that's the key. So we're going to just jump right in. Ollie was one of the popular brands that I get inundated with all the time. So I thought, let me go to their website and take a look at it. I'm not real good with the technology. I know some of the folks can have the website up live and their picture down here. I don't know how to do any of that stuff. So sorry about that, but I'll just split screen it. But here is Ollie, and this is one of their ads that pops up a lot. And of course, it's very visual, showing you kibble versus this yummy beef stew looking food. And kibble's ingredients are very harmful for any dog's health. Ollie's are real and fresh. And I'm just go to the top. Research-backed reasons to switch from kibble to, obviously, to Ollie's. I would really be interested, as somebody that's been in research, reading research papers and talking to nutritionists for over 30 years now, I would love to know the research-backed reasons to switch from kibble to this fresh food. I would really love to know that. And that kibble's ingredients. So kibble just means dry food. It doesn't even matter what brand, from Science Diet to Old Roy to whatever. But the ingredients in kibble are very harmful for any dog's health. Again, I would love to hear a rational, realistic reason as to why that is, okay? Because I know of none. And I actually just a few weeks ago now talked with a board-certified nutritionist, and she said as of her knowledge, she still knows of none. It's just really good marketing. So you can make these claims without it, backing anything up. That's the problem with marketing these days. Then I got another ad on Facebook, and it was the same visual with the kibble versus the beef stew with the peas and the carrots and all. And again, kibble's ingredients are very harmful for, we know, for everybody. Research-backed reasons to switch from kibble to a fresh diet. So here you go, because a lot of people do this. They like these fresh diets, and they love having it delivered. I know the younger generation, you guys love having home delivery of everything: your groceries, your pet food, your shoes, your clothes, everything. Your Chick-fil-A. It's kind of a weird phenomenon for us old folks, but so home delivery sounds great, and there's convenience and all that, but that's beside the point when it comes to nutrition. So here's the they actually here list it that research-backed reasons. So in other words, there's research for each of these claims. It increases your dog's lifespan. It increases your dog's lifespan to switch from kibble to fresh food. Again, please, anybody, if you got anything out there, send it to me. I would love to know, because I don't think so. I don't think that's going to work, okay? Whether it's a dry form or a canned form or this mushy, stew-like stuff, the form is not going to increase your dog's longevity. Trust me, there are no longevity studies I know of, even with food companies that have been around for decades. It's very hard to do longevity studies. It's pretty much just knowing anecdotally what brands have really shown over the generations of pets, how well the animals do. But increases your dog's lifespan. Sounds wonderful. I'm all in. Show me the data on that one. Helps prevent medical conditions. Now, again, this goes back to being the healthiest. Being the healthiest food would mean it reduces the risk of disease. Okay? How does nutrition do that? How does a fresh food, the ingredients they're using, how does that do it versus Science Diet Dry or Pro Plan Dry or Purina Dog Chow? Okay? I don't know the research. Please show me something, okay? Keeps your dog at a healthy weight. Now, I guess they're basing this on the fact when you sign up for Ollie or NomNom or Farmer's Dog, you're going to get, you go through that plan, and everybody loves doing that specific thing because my dog is so special, and that's why we see breed-specific diets, which is just BS. That's just a joke. There's no breed-specific nutrition out there. Large breed, small breed, yes. But, Chihuahua versus Boston Terrier, that's just silly. That's just really good marketing. Royal Canin does that with all their species specific. And then, of course, there's indoor cat, and there's this and that, sensitive this, and shiny coat that. I mean, it's all to make you feel as a pet owner that, yes, my animal is so special, I need this special diet. So the fact that it's tailored to your pet sounds so great. But let's be honest, okay, we're pet parents, right? I'm guilty of this. Most veterinarians actually are guilty of this because they work so many hours, and the guilt when they come home. We overfeed our pets. The obesity issue in America is just horrible. And it's from those of us that know better, okay? I have one dog that never gains any extra weight, and Zuzu puts it on real easy, especially in the winter. But I love her too much, and I keep feeding the other stuff. So even if I was buying food from one of these places and getting it pre-portioned, that doesn't prevent me from adding more people food or a few extra treats, or when they give me those sad eyes, right? So I don't know that you're really going to obtain optimal weight or perfect weight with an animal just because you're getting home delivery. I think you're doing that just because you like home delivery, but you can still, overfeed that pet even with that portion control. So I don't really buy into that just because I know from working with obesity with veterinarians for over 3 decades, it's a tough battle, and it usually comes down to the pet parent just giving in, especially little dogs just have those sadder eyes, at least I think so. Anyway, so let's keep going here. Helps your dog have better poop. Could be. Fiber levels will determine fiber stool quality. Sometimes protein sources. It's really a very individual thing, just like with people. So we'll give them that one only because we'll be nice, okay? How about this one? Improves cognitive function. Now, I'm aware of a lot of studies in cognitive issues with dogs. Not with cats, because you can't really tell if a cat is listening to you or not. They just do what they want. But for dogs, lipoic acid is something that there's antioxidants. Again, I love the idea. I went through their whole website and saw nothing as to why they're making that claim. So again, lots of great claims, touch my heart, make me really want these things for my pet, but can you really deliver? Okay, that's the question. So let's just switch. That was Ollie. Let's switch over to NomNom. And what we're going to see is all 3 of these companies, their marketing is very much the same. Very different than the last guys we looked at, Taste of the Wild and Blue Buffalo and Orijen. Those guys were into the all-natural, ancestral diet, your dog's a wolf, blah, blah, blah. These guys here are definitely making fun of that even. You'll see in a minute. They're all science. This is scientific, okay? So it is interesting the difference, and it's just to appeal to a different consumer. So here's NomNom, really weird name. Maybe that means something I don't know. But from their website, here we have Meet a Fresh Approach to Pet Food. Food made for the love and health of dogs doesn't look like a burnt brown ball. So here you go, right away, kibble's bad. Why? Because it looks bad. It looks like brown burnt balls. How can that be healthy? Guys, you're trying to be scientific here, and they mention they're board-certified nutritionists. I think their board-certified nutritionists would tell them, well, it's not exactly a brown burnt ball. Sorry, but it might look like that. But no, it could be anything from really junk food to really excellent optimal nutrients delivered in that little brown ball. Just because it looks like a little brown ball doesn't mean that's what it is, okay? So right away, I don't like this company, just saying that, okay? Theirs looks like food, and it says, ours is formulated by board-certified veterinary nutritionists to be complete and balanced and made with human-grade ingredients. So now we get into the human-grade ingredients that are gently steamed to help retain their maximum nutritional value, because dry food is over-processed so much and overcooked so much that it loses all its nutritional value. No, that's a lie, but it sounds real good, and I know a lot of people believe it. Choose from a variety of fresh, personally portioned. Here you go, that personal touch, personally proportioned for your little Fifi, your little Bella. Recipes include chicken, beef, turkey, and of course they show you the food. It looks fabulous. Looks like give me some Italian bread and I'm ready to go at it. NomNom, here's another thing. One of their pages. Our secret, real ingredients. That's their secret, is real ingredients. We put all, our all into each of our recipes. Quality proteins and vegetables come together with targeted vitamins and minerals to provide the essential nutrients. Nutrients. You don't hear that word very often. Essential nutrients dogs need at every life stage. No fillers and no nonsense. Now here you go. This is so funny. It's so classic pet food marketing. No fillers. What is a filler? You mean like corn or other ingredients that you demonize and call fillers as if they have no nutritional value? That's a lie. That's a scam. That's pet food marketing 101. So you're doing that. You're throwing that BS at your customers that you want to trust you, and then you say no nonsense. Sorry, the sentence just before your no nonsense sentence is nonsense. When you say no fillers, that's a buzzword. That's just to get people to think, oh, you're better than all those other guys that use fillers. So again, we haven't even gotten to the nutrition yet. This could be a great product. I just don't like their dishonest marketing. They put a lot of stuff. Hopefully I'm not boring you, but let's go to another page. Why feed NomNom over other diet alternatives? Great question everybody should be asking with any diet. And what do they tell you? Well, their fresh recipes don't contain artificial preservatives. That's good. Fillers, meal protein, or byproducts, which you'll typically find in kibble or canned foods. Now, meal protein, what does that mean? It means the meat has been dried and cooked and is pure protein. There's no water weight. They're trying to tell you that's bad, that's low quality versus real meat. Again, they have board-certified nutritionists. This is where it comes down to companies. This is true of any company. They have their nutritionists, or at least their nutrition department, okay, whoever they might be, and then they have their marketing department. And the marketing department doesn't really look at the nutrition very much. They just look at, hey, how do I sell this food? How do I make it look good? So here's a good example. Maybe they should have had their nutritionist read through some of their marketing to say, you know what, that's a little disingenuous. We may hurt our credibility by saying that. Let's change that. Clearly, their marketing people didn't talk to their board-certified nutritionists. So meal protein is bad. Oh, and byproducts are bad. What's byproducts? You're going to see, I think when we get to Farmer's Dog, they praise the fact they use organ meat. Organ meat is an excellent protein source. It is meat. It's actually ancestral. It fits what a wolf would eat, okay? Organ meat is nutrient dense, okay? Better than muscle meat. In America, that falls under byproducts. If you dry it, it's byproduct meal, but it's organ meat. Here they're saying, oh, byproducts are bad. The next company is going to tell us how byproducts are good. Of course, they're not going to call it byproducts. They're going to call it organ meat. So you see this ingredient game these guys play, and no one's talking nutrition at all here, are we? Okay, let's go on to the next one. You can tell I'm fired up with this stuff. Our ingredients are gently cooked to ensure maximum nutrient retention and reduce the... Okay, this is interesting. So it's gently cooked to reduce to maintain nutrient retention, as they call it. So in other words, we don't overprocess it so that all the nutrients are lost, which again is bogus. That's just not even true. But they go on to say, and we reduce the risk of harmful bacteria, particularly for puppies, senior dogs, or dogs with compromised immune system. these harmful bacteria associated with raw ingredients. So they're going after the raw guys, saying you don't want to feed raw, you want to feed gently cooked, okay, for these benefits. So that's kind of interesting that they're doing that. They're the only guys actually kind of throwing a stone at the raw people. Next one, you'll see the health benefits our fresh food diet has to offer your pet, including a shinier coat, healthier skin, smaller stools, brighter eyes, more energy, and excitement for mealtime. Excitement for mealtime, maybe they really like it. It sure looks good. Like I said, I could eat this stuff. Yeah, any of these brands look really good. All that other stuff, you know what? I could go to Facebook, I could go to websites. Everybody that likes the food they're on will tell me their dog does great. She has shiny coat, she has nice stool, she's doing wonderful. Even when I know they're on a crap diet. It's just most dogs will do well on most foods. That still doesn't get to the point which one's healthier for my pet. Okay, so again, kind of the same old stuff here. So not really a fan of the marketing of NomNom. Let's go over to the farmer's dog. This one I get lots of stuff on. Hey, and it was in the Super Bowl. They actually had a commercial. So these guys are becoming big time. They must be selling a lot of this stuff. Went to their website. I'm just going to jump in some of the stuff I saw. Meat. Whole muscle and organ meat make up at least 50% of all our recipes. So here you go. Organ meat, what is that? That's byproducts. Okay, but here we've made it a good thing versus a bad thing. Kind of like, grains. No grains. We have grains. We have ancient grains. Yeah, let's just all throw BS at the pet parent and see what sticks, right? So what does it say here? Real meat is the cornerstone of a healthy diet for dogs. Well, I guess I could go with that. It's important. So is dietary fat. So is other stuff, fiber. It's full of the vital amino acids that sustain nearly every part of a dog's body. That's true. Protein's made up of amino acids. Whole, gently cooked meat is proven to be more digestible than the highly processed, there you go, they love that buzzword, highly processed meal powders and starchy fillers often used in kibble. That means your dog's body will actually absorb and use more of the food's powerful nutrients. Okay, so we got to go back. Gently cooked. I will tell you that gently cooked meat has no benefit over these so-called highly processed meal powders. Okay, that's all how they want to word it. Again, if it could be human grade chicken, organ meat, whatever, you dry it, you cook it, and now it becomes a meal. It's actually, if you think about this, if you're making a dry food, not their fresh stuff, but a dry food, I'm going to pack in a whole lot more protein, amino acids, with a meal, because that 1 pound of meal is all protein. When I add fresh meat, whether it's good quality, 4D meat, horrible quality, whatever, it's mostly water weight. So the fact that you're going to get more protein from real meat than a meal, that's just false. It's actually, when you think about it, it's the other way around. In a dry food, in a fresh food, that's a little different because you can add more mass and stuff. But for a dry kibble, definitely a meal. That's why when you look at all these bogus foods, you saw it with Blue Buffalo, deboned chicken is the first ingredient. What was the next ingredient? Chicken meal. Okay, because the meal is all the protein, not the deboned chicken. That's mostly water. And again, hopefully, if you've watched any of my videos, if I asked you how do we know the quality of those ingredients, you would tell me that it's the minerals, but I really hope that's what you would say. If you're new, yes, I will be harping on minerals all the time. Okay, so again, it's kind of bogus as far as the meat thing. Let's go on to another page. I love this. Slapping the latest ingredient or nutritional buzzword on a label is a telltale sign of a pet food industry marketing gimmick. Absolutely. Amen, brother. The reality is, standard dry pet food has hardly changed since the invention of extrusion in the 1950s. So right there, from 1950 to now, I know just in the 34 years I was involved in foods that were both dry and canned, the innovation and the research has totally changed pet nutrition, canine and feline nutrition from the 1950s. So very misleading that the standard of dry food has hardly changed since the 50s. It's changed completely, absolutely completely. But pet food marketing changes all the time to reflect what? The trends in human food culture. Think paleo diets when you see ancestral on a pet food bag. So in other words, they're making fun of you, the consumer, because you're buying into all this marketing. And I kind of do that. I don't make fun of you, but I point it out with, I think, every video I make. So I love that paragraph. That's great. But it's, are they guilty of the same thing? Go on. Broccoli is great for dogs. So are Brussels sprouts and liver and fish oil. But no one ingredient should be the big selling point of a diet. Ooh, I like that. That's really good. Our recipes are formulated so that all the ingredients work together to provide exactly what the dogs need based on veterinary nutrition science. Holy cow, I should take that sentence and just plaster it everywhere. That should be the standard that we measure every food company by. Do they do that? Is it formulated with all the ingredients, whether they're using meat, corn gluten meal, wheat, flaxseed, whatever? Don't pick out an ingredient and say, oh, this one's really good, so I'll feed this. Oh, but this one's really bad, so I'm not going to feed that. No, 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 no. You look at all the ingredients and see, does it deliver just exactly what the dog needs? Wow, great, great sentence. All based on veterinary nutrition science. Hold that thought, okay? Because I really like that. Let's now go and look at the big picture of these three foods. Okay, so all three brands, what do we notice? Some definitely misleading marketing around ingredients, which I guess every food company just can't hold it back. They just have to do it. Why? Because it's so effective. It works so well. That's why they do it. But definitely all three of these brands definitely were focused more on the science consumer, the person that trusts science. A few of them, you could go there. Farmer's Dog had citing all these different articles on cancer reduction because of certain nutrients in Europe and stuff like that. I mean, they're definitely, and they love saying how either they were made by board certified nutritionists or they have them on staff. I mean, they really make a big deal out of, we have board certified nutritionists, we're the real deal, versus those other scammers. So they all three, that's why I kind of lumped them in together. But so now let's do the nutrition part. Imagine that. Let's actually look at the nutrient levels. So we've got, I did this in order: NomNom, Ollie, and Farmer's Dog. And first thing you're going to notice, we always look at protein. NomNom is pretty high in protein, just like those other dry brands we looked at last week. Ollie, I could not get the grams per 100 kcals. They just couldn't help me. All they had was percentages, and I don't want to try to figure that out. So, so we'll just go without protein from them. Farmer's Dog, though, as you know me, I don't like excessive protein, so 7.9. I like that versus the 9.5 in NomNom. I remember that this is after the product has been, whether it's cooked, gently cooked, whatever. This is the final outcome. It's not before processing. It's not, you can't manipulate this, okay, unless they're lying about their numbers. So anyway, so there's the protein. As you guys know, now we want to look at the calcium and phosphorus. That's the real, what does that tell us? It tells us the quality of the ingredients that the company's buying and how concerned they are about the real nutrition of their product, okay? So since all these guys say they've got board certified nutritionists and they are big into science and giving exactly what the animal needs, I mean, I love all that. Let's see how they did. NomNom, the calcium and phosphorus, 410 over 300, okay? We look at Ollie, 410. That's kind of interesting. Remember, 410 was actually one or two of the numbers of the dry foods we looked at last week. So I don't know what that 410 thing, that's so weird. But 410 over 280. So their phosphorus level is a little lower. Whether that's really enough to be a difference, I'm not really sure. But again, it shows the quality of what they're putting in their protein sources. And there's Farmer's Dog. Now they're lower in protein, which again, as you know, I like that. But when I look at the mineral content, look at that, 351 over 250. So they've made a significant difference in the mineral content in that food. Part of that is because it's lower in total protein, so that was a benefit, but they're probably still using pretty good quality ingredients to have that mineral content low. So, and then if we look at sodium, we'll see that Farmer's Dog actually makes a significant difference in sodium. So just like we did last week, you know, I have no horse in the race here. I'm just looking at the nutrients based on, remember the definition, what's healthier? Healthier is the diet that helps reduce the risk of disease over time. It's not one magic ingredient like, who was that, Farmer's Dog or NomNom said. It's the total package. So if I just look at these three foods, you already know who I'm going to say wins. Definitely Farmer's Dog wins because of lower protein and lower mineral content. Okay, so now ask me, would I feed any of these foods, including Farmer's Dog, who won the contest of these three? Well, let's just go back to their websites, okay? If we look at, here's NomNom, one of their pages. Our top chefs are top doctors. There are fewer than 100 board-certified veterinary nutritionists in the U.S., and we happen to have 2 of them in our corner. Don't know if that means they're on staff or they're just in their corner with their philosophy on food. Not really sure. They create each NomNom recipe to the nutritional levels established by AFCO food nutrient profiles. You guys all are familiar with that. They believe, and we agree, that feeding our pets well is the best way to prevent chronic disease. Now, again, you prevent chronic disease, that makes the diet healthiest, okay? Well, we saw NomNom actually didn't do that as well as Farmer's Dog. But it's interesting that they definitely harped on board-certified veterinary nutritionists. And if you look at NomNom's nutrient profile, their AFCO statement, which you guys, again, if you're watching my videos, you're very familiar with all this stuff. And what does it say? All dog meals are formulated to meet the nutritional levels established by the AFCO dog food nutrient profiles for all life stages, including growth. So, man, right there, I said that their nutrients were excessive for an adult dog, and they're telling you they are, because they're telling you that the nutrients in this food are high enough for growing puppies. And Dr. Ray kind of did this with kittens, and it just stuck in my head as such a great visual. So I'm going to, since we're doing dogs, let me do a Bernese Mountain Dog. That Bernese Mountain Dog's 8 weeks old. In a year, he's going to go from this, you know, little bundle of joy and fluff into a giant breed dog, okay, all within a year. Imagine the nutrition that you're offering that puppy to have that happen. That's what's in this food. That's what you're feeding to your adult dog, or worse, your geriatric dog. Does that make any sense at all? Not at all. Oh, my dog's trying to get in here. So right there, I'm done with NomNom. Zuzu's getting mad that she can't come down. Here is, who is this? Ollie. Ollie, if we look at their nutritional statement, our fresh lamb recipe is formulated to meet the nutritional levels established by AFCO dog food nutrient profiles for all life stages, including growth of large breed dogs. So again, the same thing. They're basically telling me what I already know because I did look at their nutrient levels, but basically they're saying this is a puppy food. I'm sorry, that's not optimal nutrition. That's going against everything we know about giving optimal nutrient levels to help, especially to help reduce chronic disease in older geriatric dogs. To be feeding them puppy food with all those high levels makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. It was really funny, and I'll finish this real quick, but an ad popped up this morning, and it said it was an article sponsored by Farmer's Dog, and it says it's actually comparing the 3 foods that we're comparing. It's Farmer's Dog, Ollie versus NomNom, which to choose. And it's really kind of interesting. The author does a nice job of saying all 3 of them are great diets, but eventually she says Farmer's Dog is best. Of course, it is sponsored by Farmer's Dog. I want to read you one last thing, and then we'll finish up. The highest quality nutrition, the Farmer's Dog. All 3 of these brands have a variety of recipes that are created under the guidance of veterinarians. Having vets and veterinary nutritionists formulate the recipes means your best friend is getting the right balance of carbs, proteins, and nutrients, so the food is safe and healthy to feed long term. Well, the problem is Farmer's Dog, they won our 3-way contest, they win this article, but are they really giving the right balance of carbs, proteins, and nutrients? Well, what are they? They're an all life stage food. So basically they're telling you that little 8-week-old Bernese Mountain Dog that needs all that incredible nutrition to grow into that big dog in a year, we're going to feed that to your seasoned, grizzled 11-year-old lab. And he's just going to thrive on it. He's going to do great. And we're helping to prevent disease. how? I don't get it. So again, there you go. We did 3 dry, we did 3 fresh. I'm not even going to look at the cost of this stuff. I've heard people tell me it's insane. I will tell you, if you're feeding one of these, I'm really not sure nutritionally the benefits of these diets over those dry kibbles. I know they will tell you it's better. I just don't see it. It's really kind of a shame. But there you go. That's the scoop on those 3 popular brands. I hope that's been helpful. Please send me any feedback you have. I think the next thing we're going to do, since I touched on senior there and a few folks have asked, let's compare senior foods. AFCO has absolutely no definition for senior foods. So a food company, again, could do anything they want. They could take their all life stage food and put senior on the bag and sell it as a senior diet. So what exactly is a senior food? And I'm sure you could guess it's designed to reduce the age-related diseases that older dogs have. That's what a senior diet should do. So how many of them actually do it? We'll take a look. Thanks, guys. Take care.